Welcome back, my little dadies, here on my channel Zeusarts Illustration. My name is Christopher and today I would like to show you a little something I have been working on recently, which is a gig poster for my band Quint and the Sharks. Unfortunately, some gigs were cancelled due to whatever reasons, but that doesn't change anything because I did the poster because I wanted to do it, and also decided to work with analog media, because I thought that for a good old rock band it would be nice to have some kind of analog poster, or I like that style of analog media, even though I hate that I personally do need quite a lot of time to work with them. I have to put all effort I've got into working with traditional media, and I have to focus myself. I have to concentrate as hard as I can, and it's really exhausting to work with it for me. I don't know how it is with you. Well, I would be happy to hear that from you, if you've got any similar experience with traditional media. I would be happy to read them in the comments if you like. And I decided to work with watercolors here for this piece. That's also the reason why I do not draw the outlines with ink and with my G pen, because the G pen usually tends to destroy the watercolor paper, and I just did not want to have a destroyed paper already before I even start to put water on it. As you may have heard already in this video, I also decided not to use a script or any script at all, and to speak freely with you, or just to try out a new approach in my videos, and to save a little bit of time in the pre-editing process and the pre-filming process, because you always have to write down what you want to say, to write down the topics of it. Sometimes it is a lot of fun, but sometimes it's also quite exhausting to do that beforehand. So yes, you are allowed today to hear me stuttering a little bit about the topic, and throughout the whole video. I hope that's alright, and we'll see in the reactions afterwards if this is something I can do in the next videos, or I'll change again. My band Quint and the Sharks mainly writes and performs songs about sharks, and we focus on trashy shark movies you can watch on telly, mostly our music is kind of like classic hard rock mixed with genres with other genres, so we try not to stick to a specific genre, and we also try to max out our potential by just ignoring any limits when we make music. So basically, regarding the genre, we don't have a real genre. We just don't care what genre we play in, and I think that is a great and wonderful kind of freedom when you make music. And we are there since I don't know, what is it, 2012 or something like that. So this band exists for 10 years now, so that's quite a lot of time. And we started as students back then, and now we all have jobs and live in different places. And personally, I'm the one who lives a little bit more far away than the others, namely 3.5 to 4 hours away. Depends on how I drive with the which vehicle I decide to drive to them. It's pretty hard to keep a band up with a little time like that, but it's still fun though. It makes me happy, and the project is really great. Songs about sharks are always very great, I think. As you can see, the weather is very rainy, very wet, and it's a perfect condition to start putting water and watercolors onto the outlines of this poster, and that's what we're going to do next. And beforehand I prepared some color ideas with my iPad so that I know where to put what color and how the result in the end could look like, so that I don't do anything stupid during the color process, because in comparison to digital media, you just can't delete the colors or press the step back button, which I sometimes or very often do when I work with traditional media. That typical little finger and thumb movement to move a step backwards, but this is something you just can't do when you work with traditional media, and I always have to keep that in mind, because it could lead you to tremendous mistakes when you work with that kind of media. I tried to speed up the coloring process a little bit because I was working on that piece for quite a lot of hours, and that is something you don't want to see, definitely not for such a long time. And what we can see here is that with my Posca pens I put some highlights on the painting, and I have to say I really like the Posca pens. There are basically acrylic pens, and you can draw them on any kind of media. They are pretty brilliant, and I never would like to miss them. Final process here, ripping off the tape, and I have to be honest, I haven't really found a way to rip them off without any kind of damage on my paper. Like you can see on the left side of that paper, the tape ripped something off the surface, and yeah, I really don't know how not to do that. So that's it. That's my work. I hope you liked that little talk I did with you here, and I really hope you like the end result of it. Thank you very much for tuning in. I would be happy to have you smashing the like button and paying me a visit on my other channels. And with that, I wish you a wonderful, very wonderful pre-Christmas season, and I think also a Happy New Year.